So I'll just repeat now. So exercises on algebraic expressions. So again, we say that in mathematics, there are two important quantities, especially in algebra, no? These are constants and variables. So when you say constant, it is a quantity or a symbol that that are not changing. I mean, that is not changing, no? So it means that the value is what? Is fixed. While variable is a quantity or a symbol that takes on different values. So meaning the value is changing. No? Examples of constants, we have 4, -11 over 2, 0.01, square root of 3, pi, sine 30 degrees, logarithm of 8 to the base 3. So for variables, you have a, x, y, z, theta, p. So normally represented by letters, no? For variables. Okay, so again, when quantities are not known, variables are used to represent them. Since variables represent real numbers, the properties of real numbers also hold. And we can even perform a series of operations on these constants and variables. So like for instance, forming mathematical expressions such as 2x, 2/3 mn minus 4n plus n squared, x plus 3 all over x minus 3, cube root of a minus b all over c squared plus d squared quantity to the 1/3. Okay, so these are just some of expressions that you can possibly encounter in algebra, no? Now, these are actually algebraic expressions.
Yeah.
So when you say algebraic expressions, and when you say an algebraic expression, it is an expression that is either a constant, a variable, or a combination of constants and variables connected by a finite number of fundamental operations. Addition, subtraction, what else? Multiplication and division. So including, of course, raising to a power and extraction of a root. Okay? Now, in algebraic expressions, notice that generally they are separated by plus or minus, no? So we have, for instance, here, the first one is just one product, no? But in the second example here, there are actually 3 products, no? 2/3 mn, another product, -4n, another product, n squared. No, in algebra or in algebraic expression, these products are called terms. Okay, so another example, for instance, if I have -2m squared n plus 4n cubed minus 3 square root of 3x plus 7. So how many simple expressions this expression contains? 1, 2, 3. There are 3, no? So we call it simple expressions. Simple expression here, including the sign, algebraic terms, no? These simple expressions. So these are called algebraic terms. Okay? So -2m squared n 4n cubed and -3 square root of 3x plus 7 are called algebraic terms. Okay, guys? Or simply terms. Okay? Yeah. So when you say algebraic term or simply term, it is part of an algebraic expression separated by plus or minus sign, with sign included. If I have, for instance, x minus 1 all over x plus 2 minus 3m z plus 1. This contains how many terms, guys? Contains 3, no? Contains 3 terms. What are they, guys? We have x minus 1 all over x plus 2. Another one, negative 3m z. And then 1, okay? In a term, usually it is in the form of product. Again, usually a term is in the form of product. We recall that a product consists of factors, no? Any factor in a given product is said to be the coefficient. So if you consider, for instance, this product, negative 4, let's say x cubed y squared. So again, this is product and it is a term. And as I said, normally a term is in the form of product, but of course not all the time, but normally. Now we call its factor here in this product coefficient, okay? So it consists of what? Factors, no? Consists of factors. Okay? So each factor is called a coefficient of the other remaining factors. So each factor is called a coefficient. Coefficient. Okay, guys? Yan, coefficient. Of what? Of the remaining factors. Coefficients can be numerical, can be literal. Okay, so we call negative 4 in this product numerical coefficient. Okay, guys? What about the remaining x cubed y squared? We call this literal coefficient, meaning the letter part, no? Literal coefficient. Okay, guys? Yeah. But if you just want, let's say a specific one here, let's say x cubed, you can just say it is a coefficient of what? Negative 4 y squared. Okay? Terms can be similar, can be dissimilar or unlike. Dissimilar or unlike, similar or like terms, no? So, if I have, for instance, 2x, negative 5x, 7x, we call these terms similar or like terms. Similar or like terms. Okay, guys? What about if I have, let's say, 7xy, negative 8y, negative 1/2 x. These are dissimilar or unlike terms. Double S ba ang dissimilar, guys? Guys, nalilito na ako sa spelling. Double S?
Opo, sir. Opo, sir.
Oh, yan. Dissimilar or unlike terms, no? Okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, we can also evaluate expressions, no? Algebraic expressions, meaning you can assign values to the variables involved. and then find the value of the expression. Okay. So for instance, if I have so let's say I have x plus y all over z cubed, and you want to know the value of this when x is equal to -1, y is equal to +2, z is equal to -2. What's the value, guys? So let's move it here. So this is equal to what, guys? So -1 plus 2 all over -2 quantity cube. Okay? So what's the value? 1 over -8 or -1 over 8. Am I correct, children? Guys?
Yes po. Yes po.
Yes
You
po.
can evaluate expressions, no? If you know the values of the variables involved, you can find the specific value of the algebraic expression. Okay? Another important thing in algebra, when you're dealing with algebraic expressions, about exponents. Okay, guys? So, let's say we're given this. So, exponents, no? If you have, let's say, an expression of the form so where n for the meantime is an integer, meaning can be positive, can be negative. Okay? So this is called what, guys? Anong tawag dyan? That is called power. Okay, guys? So specifically, it is read as what? A to the n, no? So it is read as A raised to n, raised to n, or A to the n. Okay? So, for instance, if I have 3 squared, what does it mean? You're going to multiply 3 to what? To itself twice, no? 3 times 3. So that is equal to what, guys? 9, right?
9 po.
9.
If I have 2 to the 4th, it means what? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So that is equal to
16 po.
18 po.
16. 16? 16, right?
Yes po.
Okay. So we call in power, in the power a to the n, we call a the base, no? It is the quantity or the number that is being raised, no, to a certain number. Okay? We call n exponent. This is the little number or a small number written on the upper right corner of the base, no? Telling the number of times the base is to be taken as a factor, or the number of times the base is to be multiplied. So it's, okay guys? So that's what we mean by power, no? A to the n, okay? And the whole is power. Is that clear, guys? Now, there are rules or laws that exponents obey, no? Okay? So, and I hope you are able to see them, no, in the lecture notes that I give to you. I'm not going to write them, so I'll just be reminding you that there are what? So there are rules that powers obey, no? Obey. So, okay, called what? Laws of exponents or properties of exponents. Laws of exponents. Okay, guys? Yeah. So let us have a specific example. Let's say we are asked to simplify the following expressions. No? Simplify. Leaving the answer without 0 or negative exponents, no? Meaning, leaving the answers with positive exponents only. Okay, guys? Okay, number 1. Let's say we're given negative 7 halves. Negative 7 halves. I mean, negative 7 squared. What's the value, guys? Anyone?
49.
What's the value?
49.
Negative 49. Is that clear? It means the only quantity to be squared is 7, not included the negative. Okay, guys? If I have negative 4 squared, negative of negative 4 quantity squared, it means negative 16. Am I clear with this, guys?
Yes.
This negative 4 quantity squared, including the negative, is 16, but preceded by negative 16. Okay? If I have 7 m to the 5th times 4 m cubed, so applying one of the laws of exponents, first we multiply 7 and 4, no? That is 28. What about the letters? M to the 5th, m cubed, same base, so we add exponents. Okay? According to one of the laws of exponents. Am I correct, guys?
Yes po.
So if I have r raised to 4, s raised to 5, all over r s to the 6. Let's begin with r. Same base, quotient, we get the difference of their exponents. 4 minus 1 is 3, right? And then, what about for s? Same base, again, quotient, we subtract their exponents. So 5 minus 6 is what? Negative 1. But we do not want negative exponent. So we are going to bring this down, no? So s to the negative 1 means 1 over S. Am I correct, guys? And finally, we have R cubed over S. Okay, children? Oh, that's the final answer. Is this clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Number 5, we have -2 B cubed C to the 4th D to the 5th raised to 3. So again, applying one of the laws of exponents, we can distribute this 3 outside this 3 exponent to its exponent inside by multiplying this to the exponent of its factor inside. So -2 raised to 3. And this one, B cubed raised to what? Raised to 3. C to the 4th raised to 3. And then finally, D cubed to the 5th raised to 3. You can distribute this exponent by multiplying it to its exponent of the factors of its exponent of the factors inside. If you have what? If they are factors, but if inside is sum, you cannot distribute the exponent to the exponent of every term. Okay? If they are factors only. Okay? So that is equal to -2, -2, -2, -8. Then we multiply 3 times 3. That is 9, no? That is one of the laws of exponent. If you have a power of a power, you multiply the outside exponent to the inside exponent. Then we have C to the 12. Am I right, guys? And D to the 15. Get it, children? In case you have
Yes
questions,
po.
you just stop me, So number 6. So if we have y to the n plus 2 all over y to the n minus 3, we assume that n is a positive integer. Okay, let's assume that. So here, same base, no, quotient. So we get the difference between their exponents, no? Y. So n plus 2 minus n minus 3. Oh, what is the difference? So n plus 2 minus n plus 3. Am I correct, guys? And that is y to the 5th. So because this is eliminated, no? Additive inverses of each other, that is 0. The sum, no? Okay? So giving y to the 5th. Number 7. So if I have m minus 1 raised to 0 over m cubed n squared quantity to the 4th. By the way, assume all expressions involved are defined. All expressions involved. Assume all expressions are defined. What does it mean? Assume that the values that you're going to assign to the variables will make every expression here, even the given, will be defined. Okay, guys? We'll have no problem. So for instance, here, we do not want m n to be 0. Also, we do not want m to be 1 because if m is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 to the 0 is not defined. Okay, guys? 0 to the 0, undefined. Clear, children? Guys?
Yes,
So
po, sir.
let's now have m minus 1 raised to 0 from one of the laws of exponent, it is equal to 1. Am I correct, children?
Yes po.
M cubed n squared, the denominator, raised to 4, no? We can distribute this 4 to the exponent of every expression involved here, no? So 1 raised to 4, so is 1. M cubed raised to 4, it is m to the 12, no? We multiply 4 to 3. And to the 8. Am I right, guys? Okay, so that's it. No more negative exponent, no? Or zero exponent. Number 8. So if I have, let's say, 4x to the 4th over y to the 5th times x to the 7 over 8x y to the 5th. So this is equal to what? So first, let's simplify the constant coefficients involved. 4 against 8 here. That is equal to what? 1/2. Am I right, guys? What
Sir,
about the numerator? For the letters, we have x to what? To the 11, right? In the denominator, x, then y to the 10. Okay? Am I right? So we now have equal to x to the 11 over x. That is equal to what? X to the 10, because x to the first means here x, the exponent is 1. We subtract exponent. 11 minus 1, 10. All over 2y to the 10. But that is the simplified form. Number 9. We have negative 2m cubed over n to the 4th raised to 3 times negative 8 m squared n to the 6 all over 4m to the 14 n raised to 4. And the whole thing is raised to 2. Okay, guys? Let's first simplify inside brackets, no? So, getting what, guys? This is negative. When you cube a negative, what's the answer, guys?
negative din po, sir.
Negative. So, and this is negative. What's now the answer? Positive, right? So we know that it is positive. So let's start with the constant coefficients. The 2 raised to 3. That is 2 cubed, no? Guys? Then we have negative 8. Okay, children? Pero positive na, no? Another constant, we have 4, no? That is, these are the numerical coefficients inside. Times, let's start with the letter M. Here, that is m to the 9, right? Times here, we have m squared n to the 6. In the denominator, we have n to the 12, no? Here. And then m to the 14, n to the 4th. Quantity squared. Simplifying further. So 2 cubed. I think easier if we simplify this. This 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2, no? Guys? What's now the final answer for the coefficient here? This is 8 times 2. What is that? 8 times 2, guys? 16, no? 16. Am I right? Times, for letter M. M to the 11. N to the 6 all over. The denominator, we have M to the 14. N to the 16. Am I correct, guys?
Yes po, sir.
Guys.
Opo.
So what is the square of 16? Is it 256?
Yes po, sir.
M. 11 minus 14, negative 3. What about for N? 6 minus 16, negative 10. But we want the exponents to be positive, no? So this M to the negative 3, N to the negative 10, when you bring them to the denominator, they will become powers with positive exponent. Okay, children? So 256 over M cubed N to the 10. Okay? Yeah. So let's have number 10. For number 10, we have,
Sir?
yes.
Sir, yung exponent po ata dun sa huli, number 9 na example, hindi po ata na
Hindi ko pa na-multiply ng 2. Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Oo. I'm excited. I did not notice. In case you see things that I missed, so you have to check me, no? Yan. So giving 2, 5, 6, and then M to the negative 6, no? N to the negative 20. And finally, what's the answer? 2, 5, 6 over M to the 6, N to the 20th power, no? Okay now? Yan. On number 10, the last one. So let's say we're given 16 x to the 7 z squared 7w to the 6 y cubed and then this is raised to 3 multiplied by negative 4 w to the 5th y to the 4th 14 x to the 5th z to the 9th raised to 10 and then finally we have negative 49 x to the 8th w to the 5th all over 16 y to the 5th z to the 0 raised to 7. Okay, what's the product? First, we simplify z to the 0. That is equal to 1, no? We can get rid of it immediately. Is that clear, guys? Because we assume that z is not 0 because we want everything to be defined, no? So let's start with the sign. Positive, this is raised to 10, negative raised to 10, that is positive, right? Am I correct, guys? So what about the last factor here? Negative raised to 7 is negative. So what is the total sign, guys? Negative, right? Am I correct, children?
Yes.
Everything now is negative, right?
Yes po.
Okay? Now, you are going to express numerical coefficients as much as possible as powers, because if you expand 16, for instance, 16 raised to 3, 4 raised to 10, they will become big numbers, because problem like this, expecting something will be canceled, no? You will not be given problem, of course, that will have very, very huge value when you expand, no? Perhaps many will cancel, no? Or things will cancel. So 4, I can write that as what, guys? Guys, how can I write that? Guys, this is in terms of powers of 2. 2 to the 4th, right? Then raised to 3. Then 7 raised to what, guys? Raised to 3, no? What about the other numerical coefficients? No more negative, ha? I put the negative here because this is positive, this is negative. So the total sign is negative. 4 can be written 2 squared, then raised to 10. Okay? And then 14 can be written, what, guys? 7 times what? Times 2, no? Am I correct, children?
Yes.
Yes po.
But it is raised to 10. So 7 to the 10, 2 is 4, 2 to the 10. Okay? Next, last one. 49 means 7 squared. Okay, children? Guys?
Yes.
So 7 squared raised to what? 7. Am I right? No
Yes,
need for the
po.
sign, ha? Because I put the sign here already for the total sign. And what about 16? 2 to the 4th raised to, guys?
7.
To 7. Okay? Next letters. So X. We begin with the X in the numerator. X to the 21. Raised to 21. What else? Meron pa bang X sa numerator? Times what? Guys. X to the 8. Raised to
56.
7. O ilan yun, guys? 6. O ano naman yung Y? Raised to 40, no? Meron pa bang Y? W. Dapat W. W. X. X. W. X, Y, Z. Okay na nga. Later na lang. W. O what about W? 35? O Z? Guys, W, 35. Meron pang W, no? W, yung isa 35, yung isa ilan, guys? Guys.
50 po, sir.
50. The other one, 35. And then the last one for Z. What about for Z? 6?
Opo.
Could you please check? Okay na?
Okay na po.
What about in the denominator? W raised to 18. Meron pang W? No more. Y raised to 9. We have Y raised to 35. Dito, X raised to 50, no? And then Z raised to 90. No more? Were I able to write everything, guys? Guys?
Yes po.
Okay, let's combine powers of 2. Do it mentally. 2, 12 plus ilan? 20. 12 plus 20. What is that, guys?
32 po. 32.
32. And then 7 to the 14 all over 7 raised to 3 plus, ilan to? 13? 3 plus 10, 13. No? Am I right?
Yes po.
Yung 2. Ano yung powers ng 2? Yung 2 times 2, 28 plus 10.
38.
38, no? 10 plus 28. O, may na-miss ba ako? Okay na? Times. O, yung x. X raised to 76. 77. Na? What about y? 40 pa rin, no? W raised to 85. Z raised to 6 all over yung denominator, W raised to 18, Y raised to 44. Am I right, guys?
Yes, sir.
X raised to 50, Z raised to 90. O, simplify further. O, yung 2, power of 2, negative 2 raised to, o, ilan ang magiging exponent, guys? Negative 6. Am I right? Negative 6.
Opo.
Yung 7. 1 na lang, no?
1.
Ang exponent. So then we have, oh, what about the letters? Yung x. 77 minus 50.
Raised to
27.
22.
O yung y. Negative
Negative
4.
4.
W. 85 minus 18. 67.
Yes.
Yung z.
Yes,
Meron
po.
pa ba? O z. Negative 84. O, tama ba yan, guys?
Yes po.
O, yung 7 will be in the numerator, no? Negative. Yung 2 to the negative 6 will be in the denominator now, 2 to the 6 times 20, x to the 27, W, we'll start natin ng W, to the 67, W, X, Y, X, Y now is in what? In the denominator, right?
Yes po.
Z, oh, to the 84 also in the denominator. Finally, oh, what's now the answer, guys? Oh, what's the final answer? Negative 40 na, ay sorry, 7W to the 67, X to the 27, all over, ano yung 2 to the 6? Manageable ba yun? 64?
Yes po.
64? Am I correct?
4 po. Opo.
64, right? Y to
Yes,
the 4, Z to the 84. Oh, that's it. That's how to simplify using laws of exponent. You do it one by one. Okay, children? Any question with this, guys? Children? Okay, no more.
Wala
No?
po.
So we now
None
move
po.
to what we call polynomials. Special algebraic expression. If you have expression like 4, negative 1/2 x squared y, and then we have 2m squared minus 3n squared, 5x squared plus 3yz minus 8z cubed. So expressions like this algebraic expression are called what? Polynomials, children. Huh? Again, what are they, guys? Special algebraic expressions called polynomials. Okay? Polynomials can be what? can be, how can we classify polynomials? According to number of terms? Guys?
Yes po.
What are those polynomials as to number of terms?
Binomial,
trinomial.
Yan. May mga special line pag konti lang ang terms, no? We have monomial. Ang monomial ba polynomial, guys?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Binomial. Trinomial. May mga iba-ibang book, may yung slight difference ng definition. For instance, may mga book na hindi kino-consider to na binomial. Kino-consider siyang monomial kasi ang definition nila after simplification. Is that clear, guys? Pero in our case, ang i-adapt natin, considered natin tong binomial. Is that clear, children? I'm not saying that other authors are wrong. But what we are going to follow is that we are going to say that this is binomial and not considered monomial. But after simplification, it is now what? The simplified form is monomial, but the way it is written, I consider it binomial. Is this understood, guys?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Yes, sir.
That other authors are wrong, ha? But this is what I follow. Okay, children? Yeah. May mga slight differences. So we say that a monomial is a polynomial of 3 terms. A polynomial of 3 terms, sorry. A polynomial of 1 term. Okay, can be similar, can be distinct. Pero yung other book, so polynomial of 1 term, distinct, at saka walang kapareho, no? Polynomial of 1 term. Na distinct, no? Ito naman, a polynomial of 2 terms. What about this? A polynomial of 3 terms, okay? Yan. Of 3 terms. Okay, guys? Yan. So, what about polynomial? How are you going to define polynomial, children? So, example, by the way, examples of polynomial, 3x. I consider this also as monomial, no? If you have 1 term like this, considered monomial. Okay? Binomial, 3m minus 2n. This is also considered binomial. But after expansion, this will be what? Polynomial of 4 terms. Okay? Because this will have 3 terms plus 1 term, it will have polynomial of 4 terms. But after simplification, it will be like that. So trinomial, x squared plus xy minus y squared. Okay? 2a minus 4a plus b plus xy. These are trinomials. If a polynomial has more than 3 terms, we just call them polynomial. Yung iba sabi multinomial, pero hindi na magamitin masyado ang word na multinomial. Okay, guys? So, we can also talk of degree of a polynomial. Okay? Degree of a polynomial. To determine the degree of a polynomial, we look at the degree of every term involved. Okay? If the term of every, if the degree of every term involved, I mean, if the term involved, if the terms involved is a product consisting of, let's say, more than one letter, you have to add exponents in that term, okay? Which is in terms of product. So for instance, if I have 4a cubed, what's the degree, guys? Anong degree? 3. Okay? If I have x, negative 4x cubed, y squared, what's the degree, children? Guys, what's the degree? 5, right? If I have x cubed minus y to the 4th, so what's the degree? The degree of the what? Guys, the highest degree of its monomial term, okay? What's the highest degree? 4. So degree 4.
4 po.
What about if I have x to the 4th y cubed minus 3x y to the 7 minus 8? What's the degree? What's the highest? 8, no? So degree 8. Okay, guys? Now there is what we call also order of terms of a polynomial. So we can talk of descending order, ascending order. For instance, if I have x cubed times 4 minus 7x squared plus 8x minus 7, we call this in what? In descending order. It depends on the powers, no? Descending order. Okay, children? If I have 2 minus 4x to the 4th plus 5x to the 6th minus 7x to the 10th. This is in ascending order. Normally, we arrange powers from highest to lowest, meaning in descending order. So this one is ascending order. Clear, children? Guys?
Opo.
So
Yes.
if you have...
Ay, sir. Sir, may
Yes.
question lang po dun
Yes.
sa previous slide. Kung bakit po 8 yung highest, sir? Dapat po 7.
Because 1 plus 7 is 8. The exponent
Okay
of x.
po. Ia-add po pala, sir.
Yes. Di ba ina-add ang degree ng bawat term? I mean,
Opo. Pag
ang mga
magkasama
variables
po,
sa bawat
sir.
term, o sa bawat term, yung mga variable ina-add the exponent. Basta monomial term, ha? Product
Okay
term.
po, sir. Okay po. Thank you po.
Okay? Now, if you have a polynomial in one variable, there is a standard form. Okay? Standard form of a polynomial in one variable. Yung mga Americans, they pronounce variable. Polynomial. Variable. Standard form of a polynomial. Standard form of a polynomial in one variable. Yan. In one variable. Okay? So this is the standard form. We begin with a sub n and then x to the n. A sub n is the numerical coefficient. N is the exponent, the degree of this polynomial. Plus a sub n minus 1, x to the n minus 1. Plus a sub n minus 2, x to the n minus 2. All the way to a sub 2, x squared, plus a sub 1x, plus what? Plus a sub 0. Get it, guys? So that's the standard form, which is written in descending order of powers, no? By the way, going back here, if I have, let's say, a constant, what's the degree? Guys? 0. Okay? But if I have 0, no degree. Okay, children?
Sir,
Yes.
yung 4 raised to 0, hindi po ba equal to 1 po yun?
Alin? Which one?
Yung ano po, sir, yung before po yung, yan po, yung 4 degree 0. Hindi po ba pag 4 raised to 0 po, 1 po siya?
Ang 4 raised to 0,
Opo.
1 siya. Ang ibig sabihin ng degree, yung exponent ng variable. Kapag may 4 tayo, understood ng exponent ng variable 0.
Gets po, sir. Okay.
Okay. Kahit palagyan mo yan ng another variable, para yan mag-equal sa 4, dapat ang exponent lang ng lahat ng variable 0. Kaya pag inad mo yung mga exponent nun, 0, except kapag ang constant mo is 0. Kasi pag 0 ang constant mo, pwede yung x squared, y cubed, di ba? Parehas pa rin yan. Equal yan, guys. Di ba equal? Pero ang degree nito, 5. Ang degree nito, 13, meaning there is no unique degree. So, undefined ang degree niya. No? Pag sinabing no degree, undefined degree, ha? Hindi siya 0 degree, okay? Is that clear, guys? Undefined ang degree. You cannot define the degree uniquely. Clear, children?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, by the way here, a sub n should not be equal to 0. Okay? Kasi gusto natin magka-degree. And degree of polynomial. Pero ang 0 is a polynomial also. Okay? A sub i's. Ano yung a sub i's? A sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3. For I equals 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So, this leading coefficient. Leading coefficient. We call that leading coefficient. A sub 0, constant term. Pag ang leading coefficient nag-equal sa constant term, isa lang yung term niya. Okay, guys? Get it? And of course, n is a positive integer. Okay? Or 0. Pwede rin 0. Get it, guys? Okay.
Yes,
Now, we can perform operations on polynomials, no? Operations on polynomials. Because polynomials are algebraic expressions, and we know that algebraic expressions represent real numbers because involving variables and constants, and variables represent real numbers. So, same with what? With polynomials. So, polynomials also represent real numbers. And since polynomials represent real numbers, you can perform operations on polynomials, no? We can add, we can subtract, we can multiply, we can divide polynomials. Okay, guys? We can even raise the power to n powers. Okay? So, let's start with combining similar terms. By the way, why is it that you have algebra, Paul Sci students? Bakit may algebra kayo? May calculus ba kayo?
Sir, GE po ata.
Kasi wala na, nasa senior high na ang GE.
We need it for economics.
You have economics. Pero in other school, merong, I think ang UP Diliman, may calculus ang Paul Sci. I do not know in your case. Ano ba kayo, STEM or not STEM?
Yung karamihan po galing UPS. Yung iba po
Galing
STEM.
yun? Okay.
Apo.
So because in other school, there are students who are not who did not come from STEM, they find algebra difficult. I don't understand. No? Perhaps we have line of favorites. No, I mean, you might not pay. Math might not be your favorite. Like me, I don't like subjects of pol sci. No, I don't like your subjects when I was in college. So I don't expect you that you like also math. No, do you like math, guys? Guys, do you like math?
Medyo po, sir.
Grouping symbols. What are those grouping symbols that you know, guys? What are those grouping symbols?
Parentheses, sir.
Parentheses, no? A pair of parentheses. What else?
Brackets po.
Parentheses. So, ito yon, brackets. Ito yata yung favorite ng girlfriend ni Jose Rizal, no? Tama ba? Kilala niyo ba ang girlfriend ni Jose Rizal? Si Josephine Watt.
Parenthesis po.
So, what else? Braces, no? Ito yung kinakabit sa ngipin. May practical application din naman pala siya. Yung symbols na yan. Braces. The last one, vinculum. Pero bihira nang gamitin ng vinculum. 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 Do you know that historically, ang square root ganito lang talaga. Square root of 4. Kaya lang, nung nagkaroon ng mga variable, it had become, there had been a problem, no? Confusion. Up to what you're going to get the square root. So, dinagdagan ng vinculum until it becomes part. Okay, guys? Okay, so if you have, let's say, 4a minus 2b and preceded by no sign or plus sign, o kaya no sign, you can what? You can immediately drop the parentheses. Am I right, guys? You can get rid of the parentheses immediately. If preceded by negative, what will happen inside, guys? Everything will change in sign, no? Everything inside. Okay, children? So that's the basic rule. Another thing is that when you are removing grouping symbols, you perform operations inside, then outward. Okay, guys? Children?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. So you can also insert grouping symbols. Let's say I have 4 minus 2b plus 3x. I want to insert negative. If you insert negative, everything inside will change in sign. Negative 4 plus 2b minus 3x. But if it is positive, no change in sign. Okay, guys? Okay, so let's have remove the grouping symbols and then simplify. Okay? And so simplify by removing grouping symbols no? And then combining similar terms. Okay, number 1. Let's say I have 4a minus 2b minus 3c plus 3c minus 2b. Okay? So these two grouping symbols are independent of each other, no? So we can work at each at the same time or to both at the same time. This is preceded by negative. So I can remove grouping symbols by changing the sign of each term inside. And so negative 2b plus 3c preceded by positive, so I can get rid of the signs immediately. Clear, guys? By the way, this is 3c. I'm sorry. This is 3c minus 2b. 3c minus 2b. What are those similar terms? Starting with a. So for a, we have next letter is b. Negative 2b, negative 2b. Negative 4b, right? What about for c? 6c. Am I correct, guys? Guys. Okay.
Yes po, sir.
Number 2. If I have 3 times 3f plus 2e minus 2 times 5 times 2d plus a minus 8 close bracket. This parenthesis is independent of the brackets. But this parenthesis inside here is what? Is priority, no? Inside bracket. So I can work with this and this independently, no? So 9, we distribute 9f, positive 6e, right? Minus 2 times. So distribute 5 to 2d, that is 10d plus 5a. Then this is not inside, no? So we just copy negative a. Okay, guys? Are there similar terms inside? None, no? 9f plus 6e minus 20d minus 10a plus 16. Arrange lang natin in alphabetical order, ha? Negative 10a, then minus 20d plus 6e minus, plus 9f plus 16. Am I correct, children? Guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Okay, very good. Number 2, 3. Negative of negative 3 times bracket inside negative 5 parenthesis negative 4x plus z minus 2y 2 times y plus 2z. Okay, guys? So the grouping symbols are what? Are inside other grouping symbols, no? So ang priority natin yung innermost. What is the innermost here, guys? Parentheses. These two parentheses independent of each other. These two sets, no? Negative. Negative 3, negative 5 times negative 4. What's the answer? 20x minus 5z minus 2y minus 4z. Guys, correct? Are there similar terms, guys? Meron, no?
Meron po, sir.
Negative of negative 3 times 20x minus 2y minus 9z. Okay? Let's distribute negative 3. So negative 60x, positive 6y, positive 27z. Okay, finally, negate every term inside. So 60x, because preceded by negative, minus 6y, minus 27z. Could you please check, guys? Am I right? Children of the Philippines?
Yes, sir.
Correct po, sir. Basta ikaw.
Siyempre, hindi naman ako si Jesus or si God na hindi nagkakamali. I can commit. Lalo na't it's hard to write sa monitor. Liit kasi ng screen kaya hindi ko masyadong kita. Malabo na yung mata ko. Okay, so let's have this one. 5p cubed minus 2p brace, open brace, p squared minus 3, naku, ang haba, hindi yata kakasya, bracket 2p plus 5, open parenthesis, p plus 4, close parenthesis, plus 3p, bracket, minus p cubed, brace. Okay. Wait a minute. P squared lang yung dulo. Okay, okay, let's start. 5p cubed is not affected, no? So 2p, stay for the meantime. Stay put. 2p, negative 2p. Will be back on you later. P squared minus. By the way, can you see this? These are not inside parentheses, no? Can we combine this? I mean, they are not inside brackets, no? We can get rid of them, no? Additive inverses, what's the sum? 0. Am I correct, guys?
Yes po.
Yeah. So that things inside becomes simpler, no? Things inside become simpler. So negative 3 or 2p plus 5p plus 20, ito plus 3p. Okay? Yan. Negative, 5p cubed minus 2p. What about here, guys?
Distribute po.
Distribute, negative. Pero meron tayo i-combine eh. Ito tsaka ito, ilan yan? Tsaka yan. How many?
10p.
10 times negative 3.
Negative 30p.
Negative 30p. Plus negative 60. Right? Then 5p cubed minus, magiging positive, no? 60p squared. Am I right? Plus, ilan?
120p.
120p. Or are there terms that can still be combined? No more, no? They are all dissimilar terms. Oh, get it, guys? Children? Last one, number 5. So, we'll continue next. Are you available on Friday, mga 5 p.m., guys? Kung gusto niyo lang namang umattend. Kasi I have a schedule ng check-up sa Friday. Ay gusto ko sanang mag-synchronous again on Friday. Pero I do not know what time I will be arriving. Guys, are you available 5?
Yes po.
Guys? Kung gusto
Yes
niyo,
po, sir.
after all, yung recording naman to be posted eh. Kung gusto niyo lang, you attend. Okay? Para you can directly ask questions, no? Kasi pag recording lang, hindi kayo makakapag-ask ng question. Clear, guys? Tsaka sa Saturday, para lang wag mabilis kasi I understand your situation. Hindi naman kayo kagaya ng mga engineering na talagang love nila yung mga ganito. No? So that we have much time discussing, not too fast. Get it, guys? Is that all right? Saka sa Saturday, para I don't have schedule ng medical ko kasi plus negative 5x squared plus x minus 7. Medyo mahaba-haba kasi ito. Almost time na. Minus 2 times brace x squared minus bracket haba. Or minus 2x minus 4x squared minus x minus 3. Close na ba? Yan. Okay. Which one is to be performed first? Alin ba yung the affected? Ito, no? Tsaka ito, we can perform, no? Guys? So, x squared minus x plus 3 minus 3x squared. Check my product, ha? 6x, distribute, plus 6. Ito, preceded by plus, I can remove immediately the parentheses. Okay? Without changing the sign. Okay, bracket. Minus 2 times. So, x squared minus bracket. Preceded by positive, I can remove immediately the parentheses. Okay, distribute negative x squared plus 3x. Okay, guys?
Yes po, sir. Tama po.
Okay, so we now have here 2 times. What are those similar? Negative 4x squared. So we're done with this. Tsaka ito pa, ilan na natira? Ilan lahat? Guys,
Negative 7 po.
negative 8, negative 7. Negative x, positive 6. Ito, negative x, positive 5, no? Negative 1, positive 6, positive 5. Meron pa? Positive 7, x, right? Or 6 lang?
6 lang.
6 lang po, sir.
Oo. Kasi ito ay eliminated, no? So 6x. What about the constant? 3 plus 6, 9 minus 7, 2. Am I right? Wala na, no?
Wala na po, sir.
Wait. Plus 2. No more. Okay. What about here? 2 times. Naku, magta-time na. X squared minus. Ano yung similar? Ano siya? Negative what? Negative 5, no? So, negative, positive 5.
Positive 5x
X
squared.
squared. Then, positive x. Then, negative,
Positive.
negative x, no? Ito, tsaka ito, positive x, right? Ay negative.
Positive x.
Negative x. Then, minus 4, no? Minus 4. No more? Okay. So we have to distribute negative 14x squared, positive 12x, plus 4, minus 2x squared, minus, ilan na lahat yan? Ito. 6 magiging 12. Right? No, negative. Positive 2x. Am I correct, guys?
Yes
Positive
po,
8.
sir.
So negative 14, negative 12, negative 26, x squared, positive 14x, plus 12, right? Guys?
Yes po.
Yes
that's
po,
it.
sir.
Okay? So for the meantime, up to this and next meeting, by the way, I will be sending recordings about other operations. So I'll try to record this afternoon, then I will be sharing to you so that we will proceed to other operations. By Friday, I will be posting kung saan yung what you call this, link, no? Sa Canvas ko ipinapost saka sa Google Classroom. Try ko rin i-post sa FB.